My teacher pulled me aside after class and said, "You're not safe at home. Come with me now." Mrs. Livingston had never touched me before, not in the 3 years I'd been in her English class. She kept professional distance from all her students, the kind of teacher who corrected papers with surgical precision and never got involved in drama. So when her hand closed around my wrist as everyone else filed out for lunch, my first instinct was to pull away. Her grip tightened and her voice dropped to a whisper that made my skin prickle with fear I didn't understand yet. The hallway was emptying fast, students flooding toward the cafeteria, and she pulled me back toward her desk with urgency that seemed almost violent. I'm 16 and I thought I understood when adults were overreacting, when they were being dramatic about nothing. My parents fought sometimes and my dad had a temper, but that was normal, wasn't it? Everybody's parents argued. Mrs. Livingston's face was pale and tight, her usually perfect composure cracking as she grabbed her purse and jacket with her free hand while still holding my wrist with the other. She wasn't asking permission or explaining, just moving with purpose toward the classroom door while I stumbled along beside her, trying to understand what was happening. "Mrs. Livingston, what are you doing? I have algebra next period and I can't just leave." My voice came out higher than I intended, panic starting to override confusion. She didn't answer, just pulled me into the hallway and toward the side exit that led to the faculty parking lot. I could see other teachers through open doorways, preparing for their next classes, completely oblivious to whatever crisis Mrs. Livingston thought was happening. She was breathing hard like she'd been running, and I realized her hand was shaking where it gripped my wrist. We burst through the side exit into bright October sunlight, and she pulled me toward a silver sedan parked in the faculty lot. She unlocked it with fumbling hands and practically shoved me into the passenger seat before running around to the driver's side. The engine started and we were pulling out of the parking lot before I could process what was happening, before I could demand real answers or threaten to scream or do anything except sit frozen in shock as my English teacher kidnapped me from school in the middle of the day. "You need to call my parents right now or I'm calling the police." I reached for my phone in my backpack, but Mrs. Livingston's hand shot out and grabbed my wrist again, hard enough to hurt this time. Her eyes met mine, and what I saw there made my blood turn cold. Raw fear mixed with determination and something else I couldn't identify, something that looked almost like grief. She held my gaze for 3 seconds that felt like hours before returning her attention to the road, her jaw clenched so tight I could see the muscle jumping. "Your mother called the school this morning," she said finally, her voice shaking. "She told the principal she was withdrawing you effective immediately. She said your family was moving out of state for your father's job and you wouldn't be returning." The principal signed the paperwork without question. Because everything looked official, all the forms were correct. "But Iris, your mother also sent a withdrawal form for your sister Melody. Your sister who died 4 years ago." The world tilted sideways and I gripped the door handle to steady myself. Melody had drowned in our backyard pool when she was 6 and I was 12, an accident that destroyed our family in ways we never recovered from. My parents never talked about her, kept her room exactly as she'd left it like a shrine, pretended at dinner that there wasn't a gaping hole where my little sister used to sit. Mrs. Livingston saying her name felt like a violation, like she'd reached into my chest and grabbed something private and sacred. That doesn't make sense. Mom wouldn't fill out forms for Melody. She can barely say her name out loud. "You're wrong about this. You have to be wrong." But even as I said it, doubt was creeping in. Mom had been acting strange for the